Today I'm going to give you a complete local's guide to living in Locust Point, Maryland. We are going to cover the top things to do my favorite parks, the top rated schools, and go over some helpful stats about the area. Don't forget to check out the full article I wrote to go along with this video on livinginmaryland.com, the #1 resource for finding the perfect Maryland city that meets your unique needs. Alright, so Locust Point is one of Baltimore's best kept secrets. It's got that perfect mix of historic charm, waterfront views, and a tight-knit community vibe while still being just minutes from downtown Baltimore. If you want a neighborhood that feels peaceful but still has access to all the action, Locust Point might be calling your name. So first things first, let's talk about what makes Locust Point so special. This neighborhood has deep roots in Baltimore's history. It was a major entry point for immigrants coming to the U.S. through the old immigration station at Fort McHenry. And it still has that historic feel today with beautiful old row homes, brick streets, and lots of local pride. One of the biggest perks of living in Locust Point is how close you are to the water. You can walk to the waterfront promenade, grab a coffee, and enjoy amazing views of the Baltimore skyline. If you're into boating, you've got marinas right in the neighborhood where you can dock your boat or rent one for the day. Now, speaking of Fort McHenry, you probably already know this is where the Star-Spangled Banner was written during the War of 1812. If you live here, you can visit Fort McHenry National Monument anytime you want. It's an awesome place to walk around, have a picnic, and soak in some history. They even do reenactments and special events throughout the year. For outdoor lovers, there's Latrobe Park, one of my favorite parks in Baltimore. It's got walking trails, open fields, a playground, and even a dog park. It's a great spot to get some fresh air, and you'll always see locals out here running, biking, or just hanging out. Now let's talk about food because Locust Point has some amazing restaurants. First up, you've got Hull Street Blues Cafe, a local favorite that's been around forever. It's got that cozy neighborhood bar vibe and some of the best crab cakes in Baltimore. Then there's LP Steamers, which is an absolute must if you love crabs. They serve them up Maryland style with Old Bay and a pile of newspaper right on your table. If you're looking for a good brunch spot, Iron Rooster is a solid choice with homemade Pop-Tarts and all-day breakfast. And for something a little fancier, the Outpost American Tavern is great for cocktails and creative American dishes. Locust Point is also home to Diamondback Brewing Company, where you can grab a craft beer and chill in their tap room. It's a great place to hang out with friends and try some locally brewed beers. Now, if you work in downtown Baltimore or anywhere nearby, Locust Point is a super convenient place to live. It's got easy access to I-95, and you're just a quick drive or water taxi ride away from Inner Harbor Federal Hill and all the major business districts. A lot of people who work at Under Armour's global headquarters love living here since it's right next door at the Tide Point campus. All right, so let's talk real estate. Locust Point has a mix of historic row homes, modern townhouses, and new luxury apartments. The average home price in this area is around $430,000, and if you're looking to rent a one-bedroom apartment, prices range from $1,800 to $2,600 depending on the building and amenities. Now for schools, Locust Point is served by Baltimore City Public Schools, and there are some solid options nearby. Francis Scott Key Elementary Middle School is one of the top-rated public schools in the area. If you're looking for private schools, the Catholic High School of Baltimore and Friends School of Baltimore are popular choices. So what's the vibe like in Locust Point? It's got a friendly, laid-back atmosphere with a strong sense of community. You'll see people out walking their dogs, hanging out on their front steps, and grabbing drinks at the local bars. It's also super walkable, so you don't really need a car if you work nearby. Overall, Locust Point is a fantastic place to live if you want that perfect mix of city convenience and neighborhood charm. You get great restaurants, a beautiful waterfront, easy access to downtown, and a strong sense of local pride. Don't forget to check out the full article I wrote for this area with additional links and resources on livinginmaryland.com, along with articles for hundreds of other Maryland cities. Our mission is to help you find the best city in Maryland that meets your unique needs. If you would like to have a conversation with one of our local real estate experts, just fill out the contact form below to get started.